Hi collective, welcome back to my channel. We are about relationship with ourselves first, because we can be a soul having a human experience. Because imagine the earth like being God's wife, and we're like the sperms, isn't it? And we're getting our nutrients, because this is like earth school. So we're getting our nutrients, we're getting our protein. And I keep hearing God is coming. So just imagine the earth is like God's wife. And we're just swimming to get to heaven on earth. So this is like rebirth. How can I explain it? I'm better at writing sometimes. All right, I'm just going to get on with the reading. But the more we're in self-love, the more we can co-create with the universe by using our intuition to create new projects, because the soul is born to love, from self-love, the romance, the intuition. That's the lesson of power, to bring in our 10 of cups. Because we are meant to be a soul having a human experience. We're here to heal the heart. Someone's crying, someone's heartbroken because someone's walking away. Yeah, because someone's looking at romance because it was a lie. Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, if you can. Oh, because I don't want to drag on the reading too long. But if you could just imagine the earth being like God's wife. And God is coming. And are you one of God's children? You know? How are you getting your nutrients and your protein while you're in the belly? You know? Is it the belly of the beast? Or is it, hey, from the sun of the soul? We can think of a Leo person. Okay? Or you could just be in the energy of the will. Why? Because the sun is like... The sun is the soul of the earth. So this could be God's wife. Metaphor, people. So now the sun gives the earth the power, the energy to give us motivation to go outside, isn't it? We're more happy when it's sunny. We're happy. It's like the soul in you, okay? The soul in you gives you your own inner personal purpose. It gives you that inner drive, the energy. So now someone's gone into the fire of the belly, do you understand? And they're learning that we're born to love. It comes from romance. It comes from the intuition. That's the lesson of power. It's us connecting to the sun, energy, the soul, the sun. God's son, God's child. So you look at someone's individuality, you look at creativity, you look at someone's confidence. Because when you tap into the soul of the self, it gives you self-motivation, it gives you self-actualization. It's like the moon don't rely on the sun. Do you understand? Even though they need each other, they're still separate. Just like the stars. They need the sun and the moon. But they're still individual, aren't they? So it's like it's teaching us to be more creative like Mother Earth. Just don't fucking destroy it like immature children. All right? So someone's opened up their heart, because the heart is the seat of the soul. Look how she's opening up. It could be a Leo feminine, or you could just be in the energy of opening up your heart to soulmates. Opening up your heart to like the 6 of Cups. Someone feels like they're probably gifted. Look at the innocence. Look at reunion. You're looking at romance. Look at memories, you know. You could be looking at a friend or an ex, okay? But we're looking at the inner child. It's guiding us, you know. Look at your cups of love throughout your journey. As you get wiser, you don't get older. You get wiser. Do you understand? Age is just a number. Get rid of that, you know. You're still young at heart, my darlings. Always remember, it doesn't matter about your age, okay? It's about the joys, how you feel inside, you know? How do you feel? Hey, look, how do you feel? Using my intuition. Now I've connected the sun to the heart. Now look, the heart is blown up. Why? Because the heart is the sat-nav. The heart is the seat of the soul. That's where people always say, oh, V, give us the lottery numbers. No, you are the lottery. You have the treasure within you. Sorry about my dirty nail. You have the treasure in you, you know. So someone is like jumping with joy, taking that leap of faith. Because this is where you can take that fresh hope, take chances, new pathways. You'll be more adventurous. Why? Because you're walking in self-love, self-correction. Do you understand? To keep connected to God. I'm telling you, I always see God. Why? Because the mind is connected to the soul of the self, which is connected to heaven, which is the judge, God. God is the judge, all right? This is why we have to idolize God only. We're not allowed to be idols, and you're not allowed to be idolized. You're not allowed. It's against spiritual law, all right? So someone's walking away. Because now we have a 5 of cups. Someone feels like maybe they regret a wish fulfillment. It's coming to a loss. All right. Or someone probably regrets not tapping into that or following the heart. Maybe. All right. But now maybe someone was more focused on abandonmentship issues. Maybe they felt unloved. But tap into the heart collective. All right. Because you are the beacon of light. Okay. Never forget that. Yesterday's stars ain't tomorrow's stars, I tell you. We were an illusion of what a star is. You are all a star. Just find the star in you. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. It's that you're radiating to the sun of the soul and of the sun. And now the soul is light as a feather. Okay? So you can raise. You know, like when the feather's thinging down, it just raises up. Yeah? Okay, because now we're connected to God. This is my, you know, King of Swords is my God card. I don't know why, but I always felt like the King of Swords is God card because God's always about the truth, you know. 'Cause that's the beacon of the soul. Because the soul is where it sits, is in the heart. Because the heart is the seat of the soul. All right, so someone's in their thoughts. Okay, because you could be a King of Swords. All right, you're in your thoughts about a new love, maybe. Okay, looking at oneself, King of Swords. You could be a very intentional leader, strategic leader, very good leadership when it comes to structure, analytical. Sometimes it could be a little bit unemotional, and very good at mathematics. So you should maybe pick up numerology for some of you. But we're looking at the sun, the seat of the soul, to bring in your wishes, because you're looking at the 9 of cups. Okay, 9 of cups, right, is your wishes coming to you when it comes to material abundance. It comes from the good health. Okay, because someone is looking at the relationship with themselves. All right, and when you manage your emotions, now you're tapping into your intuition. The power is connecting with the universe. You don't have to rely on people. So now someone's gone into spiritual wealth and spiritual health. So now they feel like their heart is light as a feather. So now you can take fresh hopes, okay? Because now you're in enlightenment. This is beautiful. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Oh, guys, I love you guys. Oh, someone's looking at a new baby, relationships, proposal. Why? Because the heart, the higher priestess. Maybe you have a hidden feeling, okay? Maybe you see this coming, but we're going into the intuition, okay? You're looking at the secrets, but from within, because you have real answers from within yourself. You do lots of correction, okay, and stay in self-love, no matter what anyone says. So now you're looking at the intuition. Why? Because you're trusting yourself, okay? When you trust yourself, you trust your heart, because the heart is the seat of the soul. So if someone's looking at their purpose, all right, but there seems to be a hidden feeling, secrets, but you have to use your intuition. Okay. Oh, because what's out in the open? All right, we'll use these two. What's out in the open? Someone's looking at self-mastery. Self-mastery. They got so many skills, so many ideas. Why? Because they got the light in the hand. Oh, look. They got the light in the hand. Now they're studying. Do you understand? You could be into numerology, astrology. Okay. Now it's the rainbow is now, maybe someone is now looking at the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Eight of Pentacles is all about self-mastery. Okay. It's all about your craft. It's about enjoying. Look how much enjoyment this person is getting. Why? Because they're always looking at the soul of the self, always connecting it and keep it in the heart. All right. So now there's a candle in her hand. So that means she's seen the light within herself, and she's using that for the light and the dark when it comes from within herself and outside of herself. Because we are going for spiritual warfare within ourselves and not just outside of ourselves, all right? So now someone is feeling, maybe there's 4 feminines, okay? So now maybe there's an energy, okay? We see like emotions, we see pentacles, we see the sun, but someone's looking at someone's self-mastery and they're in the 4 of Cups. They feel unfulfilled because they're busy watching someone else. But this person's not watching someone else. They're just watching their self-mastery. They're not being distracted, okay? So someone's probably learning, and someone's maybe a teacher. Remember, a wise man is a teacher and a student. But unfortunately, someone was trying to copy someone and they're missing out on their own opportunities. Why? They're too busy watching someone else be the beacon of light when they are too. But they're just too jealous. So now there's justice. Now someone feels unfulfilled, all right? But someone's bringing in fairness, balance, justice, okay? Because now someone's looking at the reflection of themselves. You have to do self-analyzation. It could be a third-party person missing out on their own gifts. Why? They're busy looking at someone else, okay? So now the sword is out, the sword of truth. It's called self-evaluation. Someone's going against their own better judgments. Why? Because they want someone else's life and not looking at their own. So now they're creating their own life issues, all right? So now someone's seeing that they're more in their dark self. So maybe someone had a choice of 2. Okay, one is like more spiritual and one's more in the dark side. And the one in the dark side, they keep taking that offer from the dark side. So this is why they're upset and they feel unfulfilled when it comes to their own knowledge and wisdom. Because the root of their own truth is they like to take things, underhanded things from the dark side. So now they're missing out on their own opportunities when it comes to the collective moving forward into balance, because somebody was juggling, all right? So now we're in energy of justice. Okay, cause and effect. Every action has a reaction, okay? Someone's doing self-reflection, self-analyzation, okay? Because now we're in the energy of justice, a solution. The truth is coming out, okay? That somebody was busy watching someone else when it comes to love. So we're in the energy of love, all right? Somebody looked into someone's eyes and fell in love with their soul. So now they feel like they're entwined by the soul. And now someone feels like they're unfulfilled because they tried to do too much darkness. They were taking the hand of the darkness to destroy the love. But the love is too strong. Why? Because it comes from the soul, the Queen of Cups. She feels the light, the sun in her, right? This is someone that's probably intuitive. She does things from a sincere feeling, all right? She's looking at her own cup of love, her own cup of life, because that's what 1 and 10, that's giving her that fulfillment. You can't fake a 10 of Cups, but you can fake a 10 of Pentacles, all right? So now someone feels unfulfilled. Why? Because they focus on the Pentacles and it was focusing on someone else, all right? A soulmate. Okay, so now we see the Queen of Cups. You could be a good advisor, okay? You surrendered to the universe. So someone's fully in their emotions and they're very much a free spirit. Look at them running up, free spirit. See, look, oh, this is beautiful. The soul of the self. See how it's going up. It's beautiful. Light as a feather, so she can come down, she can go up, because the feelings, why? Because she's in her feelings, up, down, you know. She swims in her emotions. It's like a whale, you know when something bad's happening, because the waves start moving, and then maybe the whales, because they're quite intuitive, They speak from far distances by singing, you know, making noises, warnings, stuff like that. I don't know much about animals, so please don't quote me or don't bash me for that. I'm just trying to give a little explanation that someone is a free spirit, okay? And they got lots of sparkling ideas to work with. So they got lots of skills. So this could be a very gifted person. And someone feels unfulfilled because someone keeps watching a gifted person and not focusing on their own. Why? They feel unfulfilled because they're a very toxic lover. And this person's jealous, so they were taking a lot of the dark side. Okay? But this person's firmly seated in their own skills and talents. They can do lots of transformations, you know? Because you can always transform all your skills in different areas. Okay, so someone's a free spirit. All right? Someone's learning. Someone's being very studious as well. She could be a volunteer because this woman's a very nurturing person. She could be a healer. But someone's worried about someone's work, about someone's profession. Because now someone's in the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is all about nightmare, anxiety, grief. Because someone's in their Four of Cups. They're looking at someone else's fulfillment and now they feel unfulfilled. Because they don't have special surprises. They have to do it through intimidation, deception, manipulation. Okay? They always have to make people feel like this person's got no empathy. Put it that way. No empathy. No empathy. This is why they're feeling that loss, that regret, because they know it comes from emotions. To bring in your 10 of Cups, it comes from emotions. And this person don't have emotions. Maybe it's displayed on the outside, but within that person, there's none. All right? So maybe God's earth is looking over us when it comes to like the dark side of romance. Okay? If you want to step forward, it comes with truth, love, balance, masculine, feminine energy. Idolize God only. Do things from your highest self. So someone's more on their low vibration of love. Because look how it entwines and it brings in that Jezebel, that Delilah. Do you understand? Because remember, the eyes are the seat of the soul. So you've invited a very toxic person into your life. Now you've got spiritual warfare. Why? Because the energies are not supposed to clash. Why? Because someone got involved because they feel unfulfilled in their own life. Why? Because when you want your 10 of Cups, it comes with everything else. It's not the other way around. Someone's looking at more of the pentacle thinking it will make them feel fulfilled, but it's not. It doesn't make them feel fulfilled. There's no emotions apart from dark emotions. And that's what's sliding in this person. All right? So now they feel unfulfilled, okay? And they were trying to send dark energy. Look how it's trying to spread to this person, but they're too firm. They're too firm. It looks like they're tied to the seat. So they're very structured. Now someone's energy, projecting, trying to bring bad energy to this person. But love, self-love is protecting this person, the highest self. Do you understand? Because this person is very negative. They're juggling. They're not balanced. And that's what they're upset about. This person is way too balanced. So we could be thinking too much. Because someone is very much of a free bird. Okay? They're too material. So they're too dark. So now you've got the light. You see, light as a feather. So you've got the spirit of the self attacking all. Look, one person attacking all these people. All these dark energies. Why? Because they're not in self-love. They're too much in their dark thoughts. And this is why, look, all that light. She's so busy. She's protected. Look, the light's coming. And vampires don't like the light. So now they're trying to run. Why? Because she's too much in her hermit. She's in her own truth. She's firmly sitting in her own truth. So now her angels, her ancestors, God, all come in saying, no, we're bringing the light. The light is here and it's attacking. So now this person that's been sitting back, watching this lonely person, thinking, oh, you'll be alone, you'll be unfulfilled, nobody wants to help you. I kept your man. Do you know what I mean? I bring you lies. I'm a dark force person. I said, all right, fair enough. That's your problem. Because this is the shield. It's going to bounce right back to you. So this is probably why this person's sitting in unfulfillment. They didn't get this. They didn't get her gifts. They didn't get what she wanted. So now someone is living in fear. Why? Because this person's too wrapped up in self-love. Self-love. too much in self-love, man. So they're in their thoughts. They know somebody. Into me, I know. Because into me, I think someone is trying to be clever. You know? Because they're conning, gossiping. And we understand that somebody was looking for maybe equal give and take. So someone feels unfulfilled about donations, money. Because that's all they were thinking about, is to water their foundation, is money. But there's no emotion. No emotion. So someone is very unfulfilled watching someone else, bringing in their own equalism, to bring in fairness, balance, and truth, especially when it comes to love. Love of self, love of being, love of planet, love of God, love of... Do you know what I mean? So you can co-create with the universe. So you can co-create with the universe by seeking within oneself, being direct with your goals, your plans, because you feel very stable. You've got your mastery, okay? Someone's probably looking at philosophy, but someone's mind feels very restless. Why? Because they were busy watching someone else. They were busy being exaggerating with their conning, being gossiping, irresponsible, tactless. So now maybe someone's exploring a lawyer, a priest, or a philosophy when it comes to someone being too outspoken. Now, why? Because all your shit's come up to you. Someone has to face their shit, man. They try to water someone else's gifts. That's not theirs, because they're the dark force. So now you're looking at a situation where there's been delays now, because someone's mind's been illuminated. Maybe a lover that's been illuminated about blocking, about feeling left out in the cold from a lover. Do you understand? So now someone feels very frustrated. Why? Because there's been delays. All right, maybe there's delays because it's coming up to legal matters, okay? Maybe there's delays as well when it comes to creative ideas, or there's delays when it comes to income, donations. Because someone's got a different perspective about a lover. It's like it's taking away the darkness. Could be a King of Cups. Could be thinking about a King of Cups when it comes to lovers. Someone's got a different perspective. Now you've got the King and Queen of Cups. Because someone is looking at someone's ideas. It could be an air sign person. They're very much illuminated. They got the Book of Life. They look at the oracles. They've always been protected by many downloads, maybe from a soulmate as well. So she holds on to all these ideas. But someone was very upset. They wanted to pop all these light bulb. They want to pop someone's light bulb to take out the darkness. Somebody wanted someone to be in the darkness. Do you understand? Can you see how the dark, they're trying to attack this person for everything they love when it comes to intellectual properties? So they used a lover that they knew was a soulmate, maybe, because this person was writing. It could be a writer, it could be a publisher, but she's holding on to the truth because she understands she's on the thin line, because people don't like the truth. So what's making her go over a difficult situation? Because they thought, if we still lie and be conning, she'll be stuck. Do you understand? She'll be stuck and she'll have nothing because there's no one with her. All she has is her intuition and her ideas, her knowledge, her wisdom from within herself. So now there's a bridge. She's created her own bridge. It's the truth and of a love. She loves herself. Self-love. So now someone feels unfulfilled because somebody's walking away. Someone's walking away because where they are, it don't make no sense. There's no emotions. So someone's walking away from people, things, and places. Okay? There were gaps, a massive gap. Somebody thought she couldn't get to the other side because she needed a lover. So this is why there's a different perspective. Because now someone's in a nightmare. Because someone created delays, obstacles for a loving woman, a Queen of Cups, a soulmate, you know? See? This could be God's earth. This could be the Empress. It's like God's wife. You've got the earth. What do I see? The earth. So imagine our bellies. We're in the belly of God's wife. So you're either going to make it as the sperm to go to heaven, to come back again, heaven and back again, heaven and back again. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, what are you learning on Earth School? This is the universe. It's a university to create our flaws so that we can swim to the next side and be free. Be free. Because look, be free from heaven, up again, heaven, up again, heaven, heaven, back to earth, heaven, back to... And she brings the creation, the knowledge, the wisdom. Because Because when she's sleeping at night, she gets lots of downloads. So please, people, please write your dreams down. So we're looking at the Empress. She's very abundant. This is the divine feminine, okay? She gets lots of downloads from heaven, the knowledge, the wisdom. So she could be the higher priestess. See, look, she gets it all. She's always got her eyes closed. Into me, I feel. Because into me, I know. Behind my back, I've been attacked. Do you understand? So someone's going to be in their own nightmare because someone's too stable when it comes to self-mastery. Okay? This is the Empress. So someone brings delays. They bring stagnations. Okay? Maybe someone has divided loyalty. But someone has a spark. She can feel someone has a crush on her. And someone has a wish fulfillment. I think they both share that same feeling. But someone's in that nightmare about someone sharing the same feeling as someone. Do they feel that connection? And someone's in that nightmare. They're not trying to face it, but they're facing it by sending dark energy. That's how they're really facing it. By accident, they're not doing it. So now we're looking at maybe someone's holding on. Maybe there was a choice of two. An air sign and an earth sign. And now earth sign is in paranoia. Okay, because they're looking at spiritual prison, earth prison. Okay, or mental prison. We're doing self-reflection. And someone's being attacked because someone was doing projection, mirroring themselves. Why? Because they're restricted. They're not tapped into their emotions. So they're not getting no intuitive ideas. It's only dark. So they were reflecting someone else. So someone else had to do like destiny swapping, a Taurus person to Aquarius person. So now that's what they were working on, because they was holding on to people's property. She might wear stuff like this. She might look like this. Okay. She could be from Africa. Or she could be Asian. Take it as it resonates. All right. A Taurus person's up at night now. Why? Because they were too busy watching someone else. They wanted to swap. You understand? So someone was trying to mirror someone else. Projection. So now someone's up at night in a nightmare. But someone's comfortable though. In their own skin. Someone's very comfortable. Yeah, very comfortable. Because someone's in a nightmare, a third party person, about donations from a Leo person maybe. But you're seeing the strength of a Queen of Cups. Or you could just be in the edge of the Queen of Cups. Very intuitive person. You can even be a Queen of Wands. You know, but a Leo placement. Take it as it resonates. You know. But you're looking at equalism. When it comes to love, give and take, you know, and you're making sure, using your intuition, so when people are sneaking out, you can hear when people are sneaking in, because someone's looking at self-love, because, you know, your own temple is like a home. Your body's like a home. Your body could be like a nation, a country. It's just like when you open the doors to your home to invite new people in, you have to use your intuition. Because no matter what color, creed, or whoever you are, it doesn't matter who you are. I think a lot of people are taking their ideas from the white supremacy rule book. Because that's what we've been used to for the last 330 years. Since 3030 BC, we've been used to that structure. Do you understand? But someone's looking at being more individual. They want to go above society. This is not a society person. They're very individual. That's what keeps them highlighted in the energy of love to co-create with the universe. So when you invite someone into their home, they're colonizing your feelings, your thoughts. Why? Because they're busy watching your skills, your talent. How can I take some of that and get money from that? Because I don't have it like that. I don't have the intuition like that. I don't have the creative abilities like that. Okay? Because someone doesn't want to look at their own shadow of self. Look how deep that treasure is. You're not going to get it by superficial, cleaning up just your lawn. You got to do some digging, baby girl. Do you understand? All right? Because somebody was given to a third party person. And now someone's upset because there were maybe 3 women in the game, in the player game, you know, when it comes to donations. So now someone's walking away from people, things, and places, and someone feels very heartbroken about it. Someone's very heartbroken, okay? Because someone's got a different perspective when it comes to equalism, when it comes to love, when it comes to ideas, when it comes to thoughts, you know. It's good to be an individualistic person. You can't rely on people. So this is why this person's got many other options. So someone's looking at an option, maybe for a lawsuit, okay? Maybe that's the beginning. Maybe someone's getting a letter. Because now maybe someone's got too many options. Because now someone's looking into their dreams. It could be the masculine, the King of Cups to the King of Cups. Because it's soulmate. But someone feels left out in the cold because of this idea. Because of this lover's idea. Okay, because someone tried to cut out an earth angel. So you have to go within and see your own self. Take that leap of faith. Because someone's going for a tower moment. Okay? Because now you're looking at being spiritually guided. Someone thought it was funny. But now the fun ain't on them anymore. Oh no. It's gone reverse now. Okay? So whoever was laughing, the laugh is on the innocence. Someone was relying on people helping them build their foundation. But no, you're looking at a letter now. Oh, King of Cups. See, I told you. The counterpart is thinking, memories. Maybe wants to start a letter, be more reliable. Because he's following the soul of the self. You're laughing about someone's foundation coming down. Because you're going to take that leap of faith. Because why? You're going within yourself and seeing that you are an earth angel. Someone's going to be a phoenix rising. Even though somebody made them feel like left out in the cold. But don't sit there. You got the key right there. Use your intuition. Open the door. The light. See? They're saying, come in. All right? But someone doesn't want to come in. They've got too much dark shadows. Because someone's gone into a Ten of Pentacles. The devil. Someone's running from the devil, man. And they saw they were manipulative. The King of Wands. The Emperor. A Leo person. Maybe he's looking at his stability. A solid material. To feel grounded. Because now he's looking at painful ending with a Queen of Wands. Or maybe looking at High Priestess. An air sign person. Maybe someone wants to work with that air sign person. Because they're just showing their heart together. Could be an Aquarius person. Looking at balance within their own world. Because they understand the heart's going to be judged. The heart has to be as light as a feather. See, everything goes up. It goes from within. What's within is outside, and this person doesn't have one to go up. So this is why they just keep watching when it comes to this new love. See, they keep watching in a disguise. Maybe they like to wear wraps as well, but they're wearing a disguise. Or maybe like to wear bobs sometimes. But yeah, someone has to go forward. You got more options within yourself. Someone's very resourceful if you go within yourself and reach in yourself. It comes from self-love. Do you understand? So maybe there's a masculine thinking of a soulmate. Do you understand? He's had her hanging because he's looking at his options. Maybe he's taking that lead throughout the emotions. Because masculines has to be more in touch with their emotions. And it's okay. Let it rain down, baby. Somebody probably like to wear caps like this. Soulmate likes to wear caps like this. He's got a different perspective. He's thinking of maybe an air sign person. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Different perspective about walking away. When it comes to equalism, unfulfillment of surprise. But someone's working on their self-mastery. Somebody's probably worried about donations. Because somebody's walking away looking at their own options. And sees only now the man's coming in. Before, it was just about maybe the women, maybe. Why? Because it was a distraction. There was other women involved, or a woman involved, you know. It could be a water sign, or it could be an earth sign person and an air sign person. Take it as it resonates. Because now we're looking at Ten of Cups. Someone's looking at the Ten of Cups, happily ever after, with an air sign person. Maybe the masculine feels more grounded. He feels more wise because he's seeing the naked truth. Of maybe a Gemini person. Into me, I think that's my soulmate. She's very adaptable, very articulate, very clever person. She could be like a nerd. You could be a journalist, or you could just be a teacher. He loves your thoughts, your ideas, Queen of Cups. He likes how you got that control. You're not into that self-pity or sulky or very touchy or unstable with your emotions. He likes how you're very sensitive as well with your intuition. That person, but don't make my readings be forced, my darling. You could be a nurse as well. Take it as it resonates. But someone feels like they were invited by the devil. Do you know what I mean? Maybe a Capricorn person. But we're looking at control. It's all about controlling the emotions. Especially when you're ambitious. Don't be too overly ambitious. Control your emotions. Okay, you don't want the devil to invite you in to say, oh, you seek money, status and fame, power, come through me. So you start being crafty, you start watching other people's resources, waiting for them to come up with ideas so you can steal it, so you can make the money from it. People are not being realistic, they're being unrealistic. So you could be a politician, okay? But someone's looking at misery. Misery likes company because someone's very frustrated when it comes to the devil energy, gold or diamonds. So now they've put them in the energy of possessiveness. Someone's very possessive about someone's Ten of Pentacles. A King of Cups could be. Because now they're looking at the memories, sitting down in the memories. Or this could be the counterpart. Maybe he was with a devil family. So now he's tapped into his own emotions. Maybe he's more spiritual. He's enlightened his mind. Look, he's more wiser. He's not old. He might have grey hair, grey beard. He might like these little tank tops. You know, he might like to wear jeans sometimes, or a bit sporty, a bit streetwise. But when he goes out, he probably likes, you know, suits, ties, stuff like that. Two different. But he's in his memory though. Maybe about soulmate. A dream just flashed into my head actually. It's like I had a dream about Adiwali years ago. Oh, this is when he first left. And I remember I was at a fountain. Like a fountain, and was in front of this fountain, and we both started laughing, and we said I thought we was going to meet each other again when we're older. Maybe we were met a little bit too early, so it was like a foundation that didn't really set off. It was just like a little spark. So now maybe we're older because the souls kept following each other. So now he's wiser and older, because that's what we were laughing at. Said, oh, I thought we was going to meet each other when we're a bit older. And we just started laughing. And they haven't bloody stopped ever since. It's like me being in a cinema sometimes. I got front row seat watching a love story. Just me and my own on a big cinema, watching this massive screen. It's like I just want to encourage everybody else. Go within. Tap within your emotions. Walk in love, talk in truth, you know, because the devil doesn't like love. He likes envy, you know. A very envious person. Just take away your dark energy. Look at your own shadows. Go deeper into self-love. And that's where you can plant your foundation. Be more reliable. Because someone's laughing at a spiritual teacher at first. That's in the memories of this person. Maybe a King of Cups. A devil person. But now the joke's on that person. Why? Because the tower moment's coming down. Because he built a tower on a false foundation. So now you're looking at the Fool. Maybe he's watching someone. He was laughing at someone taking that leap of faith, you know, with their intuition. Maybe someone plays with crystals. I don't play with that stuff. I might have a few crystals, but I don't. I rely on more truth, love, and correcting my flaws. Because I really believe we can do perfection within. Just have to walk away from people, things, and places to keep that equalism. Just walk away from people, things, and places to bring in more options from your opinions, options, especially from within yourself. Pay attention to your dreams, collective. When you wake up, write it down. Go within, write it down, because you are the phoenix rising. You might feel left out in the cold, you know. Maybe you felt abandoned as a child, but you have got that oomph. You've got the ambition, the strength to go forward. Yeah, out of difficulties. Just create that balance, because I believe you do have a soulmate, the yin and the yang. Do you know what I mean? Someone will come in, you're coming in, someone's getting married. I didn't even see that ring before. Someone's getting married. You're going to get engaged and you're going to get married very quickly. Yeah, because you know why? Somebody loves how you walk to your own beat of the drum. Yeah, they love how you're very in tuned. Yeah, like they feel like you're on top of the world. And we all can get there. Just walk away from secret. Someone's in a secret, that's why. They're looking for a Wheel of Fortune and fame. So now there's an argument now, maybe the King of Swords with the Queen of Pentacles, when it comes to the Cup of Love. Because someone has an insight about the Queen of Pentacles. It's a fucking headache. When it comes to investments and self-sufficiency. So someone's heartbroken about Queen of Swords, the Empress. And they tried to mirror the Empress, you know, by doing that voodoo foolishness, you know. I want to swap your destiny. No, you're a soul having a human experience. Have some self-control, self-discipline, disguise your limit, and watch your whole movement change. Because someone's going to an Ace of Wands, you know. But somebody wanted to end someone's creative ideas. And that's what they were waiting for. Yeah, they took that pathway. So now someone's looking at a pig. Can pigs fly? Someone's in disbelief maybe that they found a soulmate. That's that decision. Yeah, it's about tuning into the world, man. It's about tuning in to bring that balance, fairness, balance, truth, you know. Because under the deck, it's about obsession. Someone's obsessed, you know. It's about obsession, man. It's about greed. It's about materialism. It's about the dark forces of the shadows of self. You got to go more into self-love, you know, self-respect. Yeah, it's all about that, you know. So someone has their arms open to the soul of the self, but the soul of someone is too dark. Is it spirit? Should we say spirit or a soul? Spirit, spit. Yeah, ones that have been spat out because they got no fucking behaviour. Now you're looking at what's in the open. Maybe a Leo person or a Scorpio person, maybe a childhood friend, maybe. Think about Queen of Cups or someone very loving. Someone that's very influential when it comes to her own self. She doesn't influence anyone. She just says, follow your own intuition. If you want to take my advice, take my advice. If you don't, don't. But we're all here to be creative, okay, from the kindness of the heart. We're looking at the goodwill. We're looking at maybe this person, maybe your ex, a Queen of Cups, or a Queen of Cups. You probably think about your ex, a Leo person. So no, maybe you'll think about reunions, okay, because someone's looking at the innocence of someone very creative, someone very intuitive, very psychic, very gifted person. Because we're looking at the truth. We're looking at God, maybe. Remember, I said it's always my God. Go within yourself, seek that truth. You get your wish fulfillment when you have the structure of God's law, okay? And now we're looking at maybe the situation, maybe a Leo person or a Scorpio person, or maybe a Gemini person seeing the truth, okay, about a very gifted person, but they try to hold on to people's properties, okay? So now we're looking at a situation where someone was in the energy of greed. Okay, it could be a Gemini person looking at someone's structure, routine, someone's wish fulfillment. Someone's looking at being more rational, okay? You could be looking at a lawyer, a detective. But someone's looking at the strength of someone's manner or the power of someone's logic. But looking at, some of you looking at a very unemotional masculine who has a lack of foresight when it comes to their work. They like to watchy too much. They have a lack of foresight when it comes to God as well. That's what's given them no structure. But you could be King of Swords, all right, my lovely. You're looking at dipping into yourself, maybe more. Look at a judgment, maybe. But maybe you're holding back on sparking ideas because somebody's returning back to travels, maybe an Aries person. Maybe an Aries person is in their structure and they're watching someone's wish fulfillment. Their wish fulfillment. Maybe someone's talking their truth about their wish fulfillment. So now someone is getting justice because somebody was watching someone too much, a karmic. So now they're looking at consequences of them keep watching someone else and not watching their own self. They were doing projections. So now someone's looking at a legal dispute, a law, maybe an earth sign person or a water sign person, take it as it resonates, or a Libra person or a Cancer person. They have a lack of direction when it comes to a soul, having a human experience, because they don't have any like self-discipline. They're not ready to do self-correction. On the outside, they look like they've got self-control, but within themselves, the justice is this person is powerless. They do coercions. They like to block lovers. This could be a home wrecker. This is a karmic. So now we're wearing that karmic's heart. How heavy is your heart? Is it light as a feather? Okay. Or is it heavy as a stone? So now we're understanding the person doesn't have a heart. Because there's no emotion. They walked away from their own emotions. They were more focused on donations, money, seeds. Alright. So they were very forceful. Okay. But they have a lack, because they got a lack of direction and a lack of self-control. So this person really is powerless. So someone's looking at a cohesion from a lover. And maybe these lovers, maybe a Libra or Gemini person is in pain in the rain in Spain. Because someone's heartbroken about someone's decision to create cohesions because they had a lack of direction. So they were projecting. their own feelings because they don't have any. So they thought everyone's like them. Do you know what I mean? There's 8 billion people in the bloody world. Honestly, all right? You could be an earth sign person, upside down, heartbroken about maybe a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius person, how bright they are. Okay? So now someone's in a heartache. Why? Because they wanted unhappiness. They wanted 2 soulmates to be heartbroken, upheaval, in a sorrow, in tomorrow, full of upset and grief because of a disorder. So now someone's looking at confusion when it comes to the heart. Because people need to understand, learn to unlearn, to learn again, and don't isolate yourself, okay, and do foolishness if you're going to be in isolation. Maybe someone feels like this person's an alien, but they want alienation. They wanted these people to feel lost, so they bring distraction, you know. But look within yourself, all about self-love, you know. You can turn your grief, okay, look at it in like a business brief and start all over again. Just start all over again. Because there was a disillusion. Someone was looking at the ill health of someone's heart. But you have to learn to unlearn that the heart is the seat of the soul. And it needs emotion. Alright? So we're looking at soulmates. We're looking at maybe a Queen of Cups. The Empress is a wish fulfillment for the King of Swords. King of Swords is probably looking at a Queen of Cups. Or be God looking at Earth. Mother Earth, his wife. Do you understand? Because why? Because the earth is like the motherhood, isn't it? But we treat it like a hood. Because why? You lot are fucking hood rats. So they're looking at the nurturing of maybe the Queen of Cups. The earth, do you understand? Is Mother Earth. She nurtures, she creates, she brings the beauty. She's meant to be staying in the feminine energy, but balance within nurture, harmony, art. From the heart of love, emotion, that's how you create your skills, your talents. Why? Because it comes from God to create heaven on earth. But people look at it, oh no, I've got seeds. Oh, God bless. Because what? I got a mansion. Oh, shut up, man. It comes from the devil's energy, manipulation, connery, trickery, you know, being a karmic, not looking at consequences. Okay? Because now we're looking at a situation where Queen of Pentacles is holding on to people's properties, okay? But someone's looking at someone's abundance. They feel like this Empress, okay, an air sign person, is the Queen of Pentacles, okay? They feel like she's very responsible, creative, she doesn't need people. The Queen of Pentacles don't need people. She's the pre-Empress. She's the businesswoman. She looks out for the welfare of everybody. Do you understand? Not just for herself. She's a woman that's capable of being a good mother and a businesswoman. So you have to be very balanced. But behind the sheets of this Queen of Pentacles, she's in her 4 of Pentacles. And because he had a choice, maybe this man had a choice of 2. And there's 2 women here. One's the Empress and one is not. We saw the mirror. Somebody tried to mirror the Empress, but you can't fake an Empress. It comes from the energy and a bloodline. So now we're looking at the creativity of a Queen of Pentacles. They're in their 4 of Pentacles. Why? Because they feel left out in the cold. 4 and 1, 5 of Pentacles. Okay? They're not in their self-mastery. They've got to travel back to where they come from. Do you understand? They have a lack of foresight. So now that's why they're in their energy of worry, sorrow, nightmare, and projecting it onto other people. Do you understand? For this person's foundation, okay, under the veil of the evil, okay, it's about holding on to people's properties, okay? Maybe this masculine wants to hold on to his divine feminine, but some people, remember it's a collective read, we're looking at a Queen of Pentacles for some of you, okay? That's in looking at poverty and they're worrying about isolation only when it comes to financial. They don't care about emotions. This is a sociopath. This is a psychopath. Why? Because they like to do the 4 of Pentacles. Greed. They hold on to people, things, and places, okay, for the desire for long-term security. Why? Because they have a lack of foresight for their own planning. Do you understand? When it comes from the emotion, self-love, okay? So now we're looking at maybe someone turning their back, could be an air sign person, turn their back on the Queen of Pentacles because they understand, okay? They don't understand God's structure. They were more holding on to sparking ideas from God, okay? Because now we're looking at the Queen of Pentacles lacks independence. A karmic Taurus person only wants donations. This is why someone or people is going to have a different perspective. Why? Lack of control, powerless, aggression, cohesion when it comes to lovers. They like to break lovers' heart on purpose. Why? Because upside down higher priestess, a very manipulative person, very biased, very prejudiced, very manipulative. Why? Because they lack their own emotional control. Why? Because they don't fucking have no control. It's just a piggy bank full of coins. Like a little rat or a snake in the field, ready to snap. So now you're looking at justice. We're looking at karmic justice. We're looking at someone that lacks empathy. Why? Because when it comes to psychopaths or sociopaths, they lack that consequences. They don't see that every action, energy, and intentions from your past comes to your future. Do you understand? Because it's consequences of actions. So now someone's looking at a legal dispute, all right? So now we're looking at honesty. Someone's integrity, okay? It lacks, all right? But outside, it looks like they don't. Why? Because it's the devil. Someone's looking at a karmic, and that's the truth. Could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person getting clarity about someone being very forceful. Because they lack their own direction. They lack self-control. They're very powerless under the veil of themselves. Is the evil. So now we're looking at a devil, a Queen of Pentacles, that lacks independence, stability, and security. A very tactless, reckless, spending, shady investor. Why? Because they like to lie about how they're single, independent. No, this person isn't. They create cohesions. Why? Because they have their own blocked creativity. So they like to block other people's creativity and create obstacles. This is why there's always delays between her career. Do you understand? So now someone's got a different perspective about why someone has so many delays. Why? Because they're lying, stealing, cheating. So this person has mental issues. It's a sociopath or a psychopath that needs to be locked up in a mental institution. Look at maybe someone's ego or someone that loves secrets. Why? Because they're very obsessed with an air sign person. So now we're looking at cheating. Queen of Pentacles likes to cheat. They like to depend. See the bondage. Got the bondage with the devil. Very materialistic, a sexual, hypersexual person. They use sex because they're very powerless, a very hopeless person that likes to bring abuse, violence, a very toxic relationship. So somebody has to walk away from this devil, or maybe a Capricorn person, maybe someone in your energy that thirsts money. They just like to seek money. When they phone you, it's about money. You know, they don't hear from you. It's not like phoning you saying, you're all right. No, it's about money. It's about status, and it's about power. Somebody needs to be alone. Okay, because they're very frustrated, this devil. Do you understand? You could be a magician, a banker. I don't know, as it resonates because you're in the four. Someone's got a different perspective about the Queen of Pentacles being the devil. They like to hold on to people's possessions. Very possessive person. Very possessive over an air sign person. When it comes to their ideas, they're trying to be that person. They want to break the heart of an air sign person. Why? Because they want their ideas and their intellectual properties. This is why they were hanging around. Maybe another lover. Because they have an inability to move forward. They fear beginnings. Why? Because people are coming out and seeing the truth. This person likes to repeat negative patterns. Because this person is resistant to change. Why? They're very dependent on people. This person lacks independence. Okay? They lack stability. They like to lie and fabricate their career. Okay? So now we're looking at a situation. Someone is very sexually high. A very sexual active person. They like to bring violence, abuse, assaults. Alright, because under the veil of this person, when you pause away from this person and you have a different perspective, you'll understand this person creates cohesions because they like to hold on to people and properties. Because this person has a very deep-seated issue. Okay, maybe you're looking at holding on to this person because they like to hold on to. They're very stingy, very controlling. Someone's got a different perspective about hanging around with this person. They're very possessive. Maybe a Leo person. Maybe a Leo person got a different perspective about the Queen of Pentacles, the devil. They like to hold on to people's financial securities. They like to make big purchases because they're looking for retirement, greed, materialistic whore with a Leo person. Maybe a Leo person got to stand up for his ground when it comes to a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person, or a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person is in that energy of the Leo. They're standing up for their belief. Okay? They have the will of the power. They're very creative. Could be a very dramatic person, but a very dignified person. A very good leader, very honourable. Okay, we're looking at someone that loves the limelight, but in a very healthy way. They bring lots of ideas, intellectual properties to the people, so we all can be stars. All right, we're looking at proud, or maybe someone's looking at pride before their fall, because they're very domineering and very excessive when it comes to someone's information. Maybe a Leo person, Gemini, Aquarius person. You could be an actor or a teacher. Oh yeah, or a sculptor. Take it as it resonates. Or maybe a dentist, a doctor, a writer, or maybe a policeman. Take it as it resonates. All right? Or maybe you just could be a journalist or a salesperson. Or just a natural born leader. So you're looking at someone's final destination. You could be looking at astrology. You could be looking at quantum leap, or you could be looking at physics, computers. Somebody was into someone's computers. All right, but you're looking at maybe fighting your corner, being very protective of your ideas, your books, but someone's being very defensive. But you've got to be very determined. You know, you got that. Listen to the soul of the self, because you're going to get a lot of no-nos, not nay-nays. But you've got the soul firmly, because you understand your conscience is clear. All right, you got the growth, you got the passion, you got the joy. Even if there's 15,000 people saying no, stand up for yourself. It's not about people's opinion. It's not about getting outside validation. It's about doing things that is right. It can be challenging to do things that is right, because there's a lot of people being like oppositions, okay? Lots of stigma, taboos. But hold your own. Someone's looking at an air sign person, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person, saying they're very good. They can hold their own. Someone's taking the high road and maintaining their control when it comes to territory. Because now we're looking at maybe a loss, all right? This decision has created a loss, maybe for a Scorpio person, okay? A masculine Scorpio person when it comes to maybe his marriage, maybe. About lovers, maybe with a Queen of Pentacles. Because someone feels alone because they're very focused on someone's issues. They were very focused on a third-party person, the Empress, a very loving person. But under the deck, we got it twice now. The Devil, twice. Queen of Pentacles. The Devil, very toxic mother, a very insecure person when it comes to confidence. They lack that confidence. But the only way to get confidence is through money, people, and places. That's their confidence, because they've got no emotions. Someone lacks their own personal growth, because they're very overbearing. When it comes to their tendencies, a very disloyal person. They neglect their own children if they have children. We're looking at a lover, maybe a Gemini person. They want to hold on to the properties of this third-party person. Wanting to hold on to people's properties, the Devil. So now we're looking at abandonment. Someone feels that loss, that grief because of this decision. Maybe someone's got that torn between two, divided loyalty. But they're seeing that despair because someone's going for a different perspective. Maybe you have to step away from something so you can see things clearly. Do you understand? Because someone's mourning in the morning. Why? Because they purposely created a heartbreak, a very unwelcome change. A Queen of Pentacles was doing the Four of Pentacles. Because they unwelcome change. They were focused on negative emotions. Why? Because this bitch don't have no emotions. So this bitch needs to be isolated. Blocked. Yes? Blocked. Seize that moment. Seize the opportunity. Let go of this person. All it will bring is regret in the end. End your stagnation in life when you walk away from a Queen of Pentacles. Someone that lacks independence and stability and security. A very reckless person. Very reckless. They're like three people energy. She's never on her own. She'll never be a single woman. No, because she's fucking greedy. A greedy person being underpaid. She does underpaid as well. So don't work for this person. They're too greedy. Queen of Pentacles. Genevieve Nadia. Okay. Or you could be dealing with a Pisces woman. Take it as it resonates. Or a Scorpio woman. Or a masculine. Take it as it resonates. But the Queen of Pentacles. Genevieve Nadia. For some of you. Or you could be dealing with another Gemini, Cancer. Yeah, maybe Cancer, Gemini, take it as it resonates because it came out. But you're dealing with Queen of Pentacles, a Capricorn, Taurus person, Virgo person. They can't help it, a very toxic person. We're looking at someone that likes to underpay people. She really, under the veil of that sheet that's full of shit. This Queen of Pentacles, Genevieve Nadia, lacks inspiration, because if you really listen to her words, she ain't saying shit. So now we're looking at someone, oh yeah, is very hasty and likes to make mistakes. No, this is a person that is very uninspired. Because they like only going out. They have an addiction. They have depression. They got mental issues. They only like to do events to say, look at me. You know, and someone said, a Libra person, I'm not your fucking puppet. I'm not your puppet on a string, my girl. So someone walked away. And someone walked to the devil and said, no, you're not going nowhere. I'm going to send you dark forces. I'm going to send you juju, voodoo, and all of that. Because I'm your rival. I'm your challenge. There's no room for two in my industry or my workplace or my community. So I'm going to create obstacles. Why? I don't want your man. I just need your money. That's it. So someone's being used by Queen of Pentacles. Oh, yeah, being a sneaky beaky Becky. Because when it comes to, it came up sideways. So I'm going to read it both ways. When it comes to a third-party past person, they lack foresight. Why? Because when it comes to the thoughts of a Queen of Pentacles, she was gossiping and being very malicious. She's lying. She's very biased. She's going for a loss. She's a miserable little bitch who puts people down and can't be trusted. But a third-party person lacks independence. So they were going around in greed behind the Queen of Swords and acting like they were thoughtful, they had the feelings, they got perspectives. So she tried to change the energy of the Queen of Swords into people thinking she's a gossiper, she's malicious, she's lying about me. Oh no, because she lost a lover and she's angry, she's possessive. She puts people down, she can't be trusted. Third party said that. Why? Because they lack independence. So they lied on the Queen of Swords. But when you look at the lesson of service of a Queen of Pentacles, she's the devil. She was mostly focused on a Queen of Swords, the Empress, a very loving woman. So they went around lying and they tried to send dark forces to turn the Queen of Swords upside down into what she's herself, her projection. Because in her thoughts, she's a gossiper, she's malicious, she likes to do lying. Do you understand? She's a very biased. She's lost in her mind and her thoughts. Why? Because she's gone with the devil. So now the Queen of Swords walked away because they understand a lover is with the devil, a Queen of Pentacles. But the Queen of Pentacles tried to swap it and say the Queen of Swords is the devil. No, your mum's pussy is the devil. Why? Because what came out? Genevieve Nadia. So now look at Aquarius person walking away. Aquarius person, my darling, we understand the thoughts of a Queen of Pentacles. Or some of you dealing with a Queen of Swords. Maybe some of you had a choice between two. So swap the energy around if you want to. You could be dealing with a Queen of Pentacles you think is lovely, or you could be dealing with a Queen of Swords that thinks it's the devil. Don't let my readings be forced. Let it resonate to you. Do you understand? Give yourself a different perspective on your own accord, not by other people's opinions, because you don't want to be co-host. Have your own self-control, your own self-discipline when it comes to planting your own foundation. But if you've never dealt with a Queen of Swords, how the fuck can she be greedy? How can she be malicious? How do you know this? Exactly. Because someone's being malicious. Someone's lying. All right? So now we see someone is the devil and Aquarius person is walking away because they are the inspiration. They bring lots of creativity. Do you understand? So someone's very jealous and obsessed over Aquarius person. They're obsessed about her faith in God and her healing. Somebody wanted to be the Aquarius person. So now you're walking away from people, things, and places because they understand they were facing the devil. A karmic person. Every action has consequences. But when you're dealing with a psychopath or a sociopath or whatever you want to call it, they don't have any empathy. So they don't match. The equalism of every action has consequences. Up, down, left, right, man, woman. This person doesn't understand the beauty of balance. All right? They're more into thieving, betrayal, dishonesty because they want the energy of a giving, of donations, generosity. Why? Because the person is greedy. The root of this person's ancestors when it comes to weighing the heart is the devil. So when it comes to going home to heaven, when we have to stay there, in the middle passage before you go to heaven, because you have to be weighed. So in the middle passage from earth and heaven, you're being weighed. Do you understand? And now they're weighing up the heaven and the earth, and they understand God is the judge, the devil is your defense. Now your heart's being weighed. Now they feel unfulfilled. Why? Because now it's out in the open that everyone's seeing your judgment out in the open. Your heart is as heavy as the devil, your defense. God is the judge. The devil's going to be your defense, honey. And you're going to lose. This is why someone is in a heartbreak and paranoia nightmare. Why? Because when people, things in places start leaving, they have to face that devil by themselves. Someone's going into healing. All right, my lovelies. Walk away from people, things, and places that are toxic. They're not worth it. Stand your ground. Stand up to your beliefs. Fight. Someone's fighting your corner. Maybe you don't see it. Maybe you feel it. Because it was unrequited love. It was an illusion. It was under an illusion. Somebody tried to swap with a Queen of Swords. Or someone tried to swap with a Queen of Pentacles. Take it as it resonates. So maybe you're thinking of a Knight of Cups going forward behind the backs of the Queen of Swords, and someone's very angry, very jealous, very manipulative about the situation. Because somebody did love the Queen of Swords, who says a yes, but it came with unrequited love. Someone with fragile sense of identity maybe, or has a poor personal judgment, or a poor personal boundaries. So they thought they can come with their devil energy behind the Queen of Swords. But now someone is going to be facing the coldness of a Queen of Swords now. Why? Because someone lacked their own fucking independence and they were lying. A Queen of fucking stinking Pentacles. Genevieve Nadja, man. You're going down, bitch. Oh, yeah. Why? Because you fucking lied on Aquarius person. Oh, yeah, you did. You were curious. You were lying, stealing. You were stalking. Acting like you didn't. Oh, yes, you fucking did. With a water sign masculine. Shattered dreams now, is it? Never mind. Nightmare. Oh, never mind. Unhappy with your emotions. Well, you don't have none. So no mercy for you. Someone's very devastated. Oh, never mind. Lack of fulfillment now, is it? Oh, yeah, because all they were doing is looking at trying to make people self-sacrifice, self-sabotaging. Why? Because a Queen of Pentacles or a Queen of Swords, whoever you're dealing with, is doing underhanded behavior. Or Queen of Cups, underhanded behavior. Use your intuition, people. Because someone tried to do intimidation. Because somebody was blocking somebody. Oh, you only dated for 3 months. Yeah, she's just a piece of trash, babe. She's nothing. You've known her forever. Let me take her identity. We can always erase her. No, go and raise your mama. Okay? Now we're looking at planning. Oh, they were vigilant at it. Oh, they're vigilant at it. Oh, yeah, they were. Someone that is very calculated and very unconcerned about other people's feelings. So looking at communication. Oh, yeah. Maybe you're mathematics. Maybe you're a traveller. But this traveller is a troublemaker. Oh, yeah, when it comes to bullying for communication, for ideas. Oh, yeah, this person probably done unalivements, assaults. I saw a report about Genevieve Nadja, actually. She was reported about unalivement of a woman that was doing podcasts. Yeah, yeah, she stole her husband, his wife. Stole some woman's wife. Yeah, people used to ask, are you a lesbian? But she's never said yes or no. I'll tell you now, she is. So now looking at maybe someone's making big changes, a Aquarius person. Oh, yeah, making massive changes because they understand someone's going through shattered dreams. Why? Because someone's misusing their intuition, acting on bias, maybe upside down King of Wands. Why? Because he's with a dirty Taurus person, unpaid, frustrated person that brings difficulties. Why? Lack of spiritual awareness. There you go. Upside down King of Wands is with the fucking Taurus person. Oh, yeah. Imbalance, self-indulgence, access, clashing of fucking perspective, discord. Oh, yeah. Recklessness. Reckless. Fair moving on, is it? Oh, yeah. Love intimidates. We have an inability to move forward, but you can stay with the devil. You're not making no bumperclout sense. So someone keeps repeating and saying negative bullshit. Oh, yeah, because someone's resisting that change. Maybe Sagittarius person sees this ongoing battle. Oh, yeah, but a Scorpio person, a Pisces person over a Taurus person. So now maybe look at a Leo person, or maybe look at the energy of these people. Lack of self-esteem. Lack sadness. You know why? Unrealistic expectations. Unfucking realistic expectations. Why? Because they bring disharmony to God's true cup. They're disconnected from their own fucking emotions. Oh, yeah. These people are no empathy, man. Incompatible. As long as they have in unhappy couples, but they're getting money, they're fucking happy. They could be lonely, in paranoia. Who cares? Give me your money. Antisocial motherfuckers that go around doing promiscuity. Oh, yeah. Everybody's mad but them. They do the player, the mind games. Are we together? No, we're not. Oh, yes, we are. Oh, yeah. Do you know what I mean? That mind game shit. Oh, yeah. So someone's arrogant, man. Oh, yeah. Overly confident, loud, show off. One who promises but can't fucking deliver. Oh, there we go. Taurus person. There you go. All she does is wait for people's harvest for rewards. Oh, yeah. Maybe from a fire sign person, because that is fucking Behave, let me behave, let me behave, let me behave. Somebody's looking at someone's money for seduction and lies. Oh, yeah. Earth sign person. There you go. Troublemaker. I know someone's thinking about it. So I'm saying, people say love intimidates, but you can work, play, and be around the devil for years and still say nothing. That's madness. I don't understand people's thoughts. I don't want to. Takes you down that rabbit hole, man. The darkness. Two little devils. Devil people, man. And you don't want to say she's a fucking inspiration. What an arsehole. So you're looking at, maybe someone's got a different perspective. Maybe a fire sign person, an Aries or a Leo person. Could be a masculine person. Look at their options. They understand they've got a different perspective. Maybe an earth sign person when it comes to budgeting. Lack of direction. Lack of self-control. Powerless person. So they need someone's budget, a lover. So now they're heartbroken. Maybe that Leo person standing up for his ground. Or maybe stand up for an air sign person. Take it as it resonates, you know. Because someone's feeling like they need to leave home. Or leave a community. Why? Because the community people's talking about it. About someone's security. So now someone's thinking about maybe an air sign person is a power couple. King and Queen of Pentacles. So now someone's very jealous about the situation. Why? Because when that person leaves a Leo person. Because they've spent maybe 5 years, 13 years about that person. Within a shot. You're going to see £1 billion in that man's pocket. Oh, yeah! All because an upside down Queen of Pentacles was lying. She's not a power couple. She ain't fucking shit. Now we're going to have a come to home Jesus moment. You're not powerful. Nobody wants you in the Caribbean. You're just fabricating. We don't give a shit about the devil. Because in Jamaica, oh yeah, when we see the devil, we call it the duppy. And we must never be nice to the duppy. Why? Because when you're nice to the duppy, you give them fairness, you give them balance. Oh yeah, just have a peaceful resolution. They're like, no, you're gullible. You're gullible. You just sacrifice yourself for anyone unnecessarily. That's why you think love is weakness. So now we're going to have a come to home Jesus moment. Love ain't got nothing to do with weakness, baby. Especially when it comes to self-love. Now we're understanding you're powerless. And all you do is cohesions. Fake love romance. All because you need money. Because you're toxic. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, that's with a Leo person. So now someone looking outpouring of love. Oh, you angry, you jealous, you want to be Verena Glanville? Never mind, Aquarius person. Outpouring of love, my darling, to you. New beginnings, new relationship, new romance. Love, my darling. This is the happy ever after. This is the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups you can never, ever fake. 10 of Cups is where everybody wants is a 10 of Cups. It comes from correction of your flaws, walking in love, talking in truth, and trying to balance your emotions as much as you can. Self-control, self-discipline. And there you go. There's your power. That fucking easy. Never need a third person to tell you. Go within yourself. Use your intuition. Because someone's looking at romance, happiness, joy, conception, maybe pregnancy, celebrations, and re-socializing. And somebody's very, very jealous. Why? Because that person didn't go with love in the first place. So why are you angry? Why do you hate someone you don't know, karmics? You're not making any fucking raw sense. Oh, jealous. Are we? Because you're going to realize that you ain't shit. Never mind. Remember, walk in love, talk in truth. Love you guys. Bye.